Hey, I'm John Cannell, and today on Preppy Kitchen we're making a zingy, creamy, delicious key lime pie. So let's get started. First off, preheat your oven to 350 so it's nice and hot, and now in a medium bowl we're gonna get the ingredients together for the crust, starting with 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs. That's 180 grams. And if you don't like graham crackers or they're just not your favorite, you could totally use Biscoff cookies for this, and it's really delicious. To sweeten things up, 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, 50 grams. Give it a whisk. Key lime pie is really a classic for a reason. These little guys are so good, and the chemical process that makes the pie set so quickly is actually really cool too. I have 8 tablespoons of melted butter here, but I'm gonna add about 6 in while I stir and see how it goes. Just drizzle it in while you stir. You wanna have like a wet, sandy mixture. I have about 7 tablespoons here now, and it looks fine. Most of the time you're not measuring your graham crackers out with a scale, you're using measuring cups, and that gives you a little bit of leeway. It could be a tiny bit more or a tiny bit less, so you want the mixture to end up looking just like wet sand from the beach, and you'll be able to squeeze it together and it'll hold its shape. Grab your pie plate and we're gonna transfer our wet crumbs right inside. Give it a little shimmy. Now we're gonna use a flat-bottomed cup or measuring cup to just press it into shape. And you of course wanna move some to the side first. By the way, if you like my recipes, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. There's 2 new videos every single week. Once you have this roughly in place, we can start applying some real pressure to compact this together. Use your index finger to press down as you press the side. Or your thumb. I like to take my time with this step because it's frustrating when you're cutting a pie and the crust falls apart, which is the case when you don't press hard enough. So just take a few turns and really get some good pressure on, but you have to build up and like compact it in a couple stages. My pie crust is ready to go into the oven, 350 for about 10 minutes or until it's dry, golden brown, and it's gonna be pretty fragrant too. In you go. Our key lime pie, of course, needs little key limes. What's the difference between a key lime and a Persian lime, which is the lime that we all know and love? Well, no seeds. Key limes do have seeds, and key limes are gonna be a little bit less acidic and more fragrant than our favorite old limes. They're also gonna be a lot more work to juice, so it's up to you. If you feel like making this pie but don't wanna use key limes, using regular limes will work. It'll still be a delicious pie. And you can still call it key lime pie. I don't suggest that you use bottled lime juice. That's just not the same. And if you really want to make this pie with key limes, but they're not in season, and they're not going to be at your grocery store, you can order them online fairly easily. I'll let you Google it on your own. Now, just get to juicing. I should mention you also need 2 teaspoons of zest for this. It could be regular lime zest or key lime zest. It's up to you. They're also more work to zest. And I will say that key lime zest and lime zest taste almost exactly the same, so do what you want. This is gonna be about the zest of 2 to 3 key limes. It's not that much. Set that aside. And back to juicing. We'll pick this up when I have 3/4 of a cup of lime juice with the magic of editing. Three-quarters of a cup exactly. Set this aside and we're gonna grab a big bowl now. The filling just mixes together like magic and then you pour it in the crust. It's so easy. Into our large bowl, we're gonna add 4 egg yolks, so have a little bowl at the side to grab the whites. To my egg yolks, I'm adding my 3/4 of a cup of freshly squeezed key lime juice, 2 teaspoons of zest, and the key ingredient in our key lime pie, 2 14-ounce cans of sweetened condensed milk. This magical and very thick liquid is what's gonna react with the key lime juice and set the pie so quickly. So key lime pie is, of course, from the Florida Keys, and it comes from the 1800s. And it's thought that it was a popular recipe because there's like no refrigeration back then, and it was quite warm. But they did have sweetened condensed milk that was canned, so you could use that. This pie really became popular in the 1950s when it was promoted as Florida's most famous treat. It's also just such an easy recipe that there's no way it wasn't going to be popular. Now we're going to whisk this together. Let's break up those egg yolks and be gentle at first because the lime juice is very watery and the sweetened condensed milk is extremely thick. Basically, the proteins in the sweetened condensed milk and the acid in the lime juice are going to react together to kind of form this lovely custard-like consistency. Originally, the pie was unbaked. We're going to give it 10 minutes in the oven so it sets really beautifully. This is nicely whisked, and you can see the color is the palest of yellow with a hint of green. If you want this to be a light green pie, just like dip a toothpick in some food coloring and then start swirling it around and see how you like it. I'm gonna leave this one plain today, but it's always an option. Grab your still warm pie crust and we're gonna pour our filling right in. Give this a little jiggle to level things out. Our key lime pie is ready to go into the oven, 350 for 10 minutes, then pull it out, plop it onto a wire rack for 20 minutes to cool down before it goes into the fridge for an hour. In you go. My pie's been chilling for an hour or so and it's basically ready to go, but this zingy pie needs a nice, beautiful, soft contrast in the form of a mountain of whipped cream. So, grab a cup of cold cream, and if you'll notice my bowl and whisk are missing, they've been in the fridge for about half an hour. You just want them chilled for the best, easiest cream. It's not necessary though. Pop that cold bowl on as well as your cold whisk. 1 cup of cold cream, and about 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar. If you don't have powdered sugar, granulated sugar works too. And if you want it a little bit more or a little bit less sweet, make it happen. And finally, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. We're gonna pop this on to medium speed right now. It'll get frothy and started, and then we can increase to medium high, or even high if you dare. You basically just don't want to splatter things all over you, so you're trying to thicken the cream first. And today, I'm just gonna tell you while this whisks, for aesthetic reasons, I'm gonna pipe little dollops on the edge, but if I was at home making this for the family and there's no one watching, a mountain of whipped cream right on the center, like whipped cream mountain would be how I would serve it. Oh my gosh, this is already whipped up perfectly. I need to pay attention. It's only 2 minutes at medium and like 1 to 2 minutes at high. Okay, finish it off by hand, and then you should have beautiful soft peaks like this. If you over whip it, it turns into butter. Transfer your delicious whipped cream to a piping bag with a closed star tip, or just slop it on top. Both will be delicious. And now we're gonna pipe little dollops, giving these a bit of a twist so they have more visual interest. A little shimmy. This looks nice, but it would look even better with a little bit of lime zest added just before serving. The lime zest will dry out, so you can't do it too far in advance, but before you give it to your guests, a little sprinkle over the dollops will do wonders. Your pie will keep in the fridge for a few days. Do not keep it at room temperature because it won't last. So no more than an hour at room temp or 2 days in the fridge. Give it a slice and just like that, it's ready to enjoy. I need more whipped cream with every bite. That is light, zingy, creamy with a really crisp, crunchy crust, and the whipped cream on top is just perfection. I hope you get a chance to make this easy and delicious recipe, and if you like my videos, hit that subscribe button and check out my pie playlist.